When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone. Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense why he didn't curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4 foot with hack.
Really good spots for Miller.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the right guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and instead knows and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does. Here.
Okay, so it might, yeah. Close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for Line ever.
No, they like Line. Now does it have the speed? They like the Line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for Line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone.
Girl, easy. Whoa.
Does he have it? Yes, he does. What a shot, John Schuster. Oh my goodness. A third of a rock for. That would make sense why he didn't curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots for Miller.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and it's dead nose and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling.
Last drop. Yep. 8th in. From the tie to Isabella Verano.
Welcome back for the semifinal round. Well, we're still in the quarterfinals, aren't we?
We are. There's only two of them, so it's
we had the quarters for the women's. We're back for the quarterfinal round. There are only 2 games, so that's fair. Of the AMJ Players Championship here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, live from the Mattamy Athletic Center. Team Epping taking on Team Jacobs in this quarterfinal matchup. I am Tyler George, joined by 2-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, two teams very familiar with each other, as tends to happen in these events. With the elite teams, for Team Jacobs, a little bit different look this week with Ben Hebert on the mend and Brett Gallant on break going into the World Mixed Doubles Championships. So we've got a couple different players at the front end for Team Jacobs. For Team Epping, same squad that they've been rolling with throughout the season. Great to see them back in the playoff mix here in this final elite championship event of the Grand Slam curling season. We will take a look at the lineups for this matchup for Team Epping. At lead, Ian McMillan. Second, Tanner Horgan. Third, Jake Horgan. And at skip, John Epping. They will be throwing the Red Rocks today and throwing the Yellowstones. Team Jacobs at lead, Connor Negevin. Second, Tyler Tardy. Third, Mark Kennedy. And skip, Brad Jacobs. There is Connor Negevin in the hack to get things going. Chelsea, two teams that have had a great season. For Team Jacobs, just coming off the World Championships. Bronze medal finish, a little short of where they would have liked to end up, but a great showing regardless. And for Team Epping, kind of a little bit of a comeback season for them. They've been off the radar for a couple of years. Really, really strong run. Love to see them back in the mix, and this is an event John has won before, is very familiar with it.
Yeah, they put this team together to do exactly this, to have a good run this year and get themselves into potential Olympic trials and all those kinds of things. And they've had an amazing season. They've played a ton and had quite a bit of success. So very cool to see them all back on this scene. And John loves this event, and he's at home here in Toronto. And one of the most exciting storylines in a lot of ways is that if he were able to win this event, he would steal that wild card Briar berth away from Brad Guju. So very interesting. A lot of people keeping close tabs on that.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Really gotta go. Gotta go.
That first stone from Negevin does glide into the rings, so Epping was attempting to have McMillan hit and stay out of the rings, but does roll onto the paint. So Jacobs will play the hit with Negevin second.
Weight's good. Weight's good. Girl.
Again, the top 12 ranked teams in the world for the men and the women playing in this event, the most prestigious event, not just for the Grand Slam Curling Tour, but for all of the World Curling Tour. Chelsea, kind of felt like if you get into a slam period, you've made it, but the players is really the pinnacle where you look around and say, there is no higher level of curling for me to reach than where we're at.
It's absolutely true. It is definitely the penultimate. The entire Grand Slam Tour is that, but players being only 12 teams, no sponsor exemptions, which we see at some of the other events, it is the ultimate test of your curling skills, and therefore the most prestigious one to win.
Whoa.
I don't have the sheet acting the same. A little bit of curl on that side now.
I'd say this sheet, Chelsea, for me, probably the one I'm least familiar with, had the least games on this week, but still seeing a little bit of a run on the edge of the 8-foot paths, as we've seen on the other sheets as well. We'll keep a close eye on that, especially for those shots where you're trying to get underneath corner guards or dig rocks out from under corners.
Yeah, we've seen straighter to the wings be a general theme and more curl to the middle across all the sheets this week. I've done a couple games on this sheet, and one of the wildest games I've ever seen was the Dunstone-McEwen game where McEwen got out to a 4-0 lead early and then gave threes back, and both teams really struggled to get the broom in the right spot. So I have a feeling that this sheet is a little bit tricky, so we'll see. And we just heard Mark say that he has it not running the same as the last time they played on it. So both teams will be trying early on to get the sheet mapped out and figured out. There did look like there was a few runs in the sheet in the previous games that I watched, so keep an eye on the ice conditions for sure.
Whoa. Yep.
That read from Mark coming not just off of these first few stones of the game, but from the pre-game practice.
Anything.
We'll see what Mark is referring to and what he's seeing differently as the game goes.
It's either another center or you're coming around it, actually.
Good shot there from Tanner. Roll to that corner guard.
Oh, you're in. Going for half is close, thick half.
Tyler Tardy looking for the double peel.
Real hard.
Of course, was the alternate for Team Jacobs and Team Canada at the World Championships. Played a little bit. That one across his nose even a little bit from Tyler. And immediate apology from
the Peel guys were mad
the young
at you.
lefty.
The Bananas didn't like that.
Yeah, the Bananas are in the Jackpot City Lounge behind the sheets for this game. They were
That's an interesting call.
right in the front row of the stands for the women's game earlier today.
We do have one straggler Banana in the front row down here, but most of them are in the Jackpot City Lounge.
I think that's one that just joined of his own
I
accord.
agree. Yeah, I agree. That's the bushel of bananas has grown over the last few days here.
You may have seen four-time Scotties champion Carrie Anderson in a banana outfit, as well as Grand Slam curling czar Nick Solsky. So out of character for Nick to get involved in something like that as well. But you may be surprised to see Carrie in that mix, and walked over with the Banana Boys this morning from the hotel. And they said they were getting a little grief from the fans around them until they saw that Carrie was in the group, and then quieted down in a hurry.
I think you're aiming for low 12s.
Yep. It's not as severe as we've seen.
So this is the track we were talking about, Chelsea, on this edge of 8-foot line or close to it. Trying to dig these stones out. You've seen these rocks straighten out a little bit.
Yeah, we watched a few flashes. In every game I've done on this sheet, I saw at least one rock flashed in this spot. So this is a tricky one for Mark Kennedy.
Yep, clean.
Easy.
Clean.
Whoa. Yep.
Hard. 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 Whoa.
That one does click the guard, and maybe not quite hard enough to keep it on the paint. Looks like that may go through.
Are we around the other one?
Very close. Brad will give it the boot.
Okay.
I still like the tap regardless.
Okay.
I'm going to call it safe so that we... Okay?
Just a different
Back 8.
Yeah.
It's going to be really similar lines. Just sort of practice.
Might get a little straighter there as the game goes on, but I'm good there.
So they like playing the tap here with this corner guard as tight as it is. Again, pretty easy to make the run if buried, if it's not deep. And just kind of tough to bury, period, playing the draw. So
Yeah,
I like the call here.
I do too. And if it ever curls, you might get the split out of it. There's lots of ways this can go right. But this one's going to need to get up.
I wanted to make sure the weight was there for that very reason too, and pushes it to back 12. If you're going to be deep, you want it to be real deep. And there's our boys.
There's the Bananas.
Yeah, very quiet to start things off.
Go over the top here, obviously, like board.
Don't see any peels
I think
as
you gotta
yet.
go board in about a third.
Okay.
Epping again with hammer here in this first end. Never a bad thing, Chelsea. 2 corners and 2 counters.
Yeah, pretty low-risk start here for Epping, which you love. Chance for 2 without really having to take a lot of risk because there's no rocks in the middle. So worst-case scenario, you'll have a pretty routine shot for your single point.
Clean. Whoa, clean. Yep.
Whoa.
Clean, yep.
No.
Clean, yep. Hard, Con.
Kennedy playing the intern for the
hard.
left-hander.
Yellow.
Hard tight.
Trying to roll in front of the other counter.
Good. Great sweep.
At least gets it in that area. Not bad for Marcus.
Sorry, guys. Should have just shut up. Good sweep.
Mark chastising himself for his line call there.
Yeah, I think Mark's right. If that rock is another foot wider, that it probably wouldn't have finished as hard as it did.
Yes, I agree.
There's our first peel of the day.
And the Bananas love
like
it.
that? It's just... Okay. 10.5.
The time that last one?
Yeah, I had 11.9.
Okay. Sorry, 10.9 on this last one.
Jay Corrigan's second here in the first end.
It was a little crunchy in that half.
Soft weight intern hit.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Gotta go. Whoa.
Well to roll this under the corner guard.
Go, 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 go.
Pretty good. Does roll far enough that there shouldn't be a double. That's the biggest thing for that shot.
Yeah, Brad's looking at it, but I don't know that you can get by tight enough to make the double. It's close. Would need some curl past the guard, and that's where we've seen the trouble be, is finding any curl. Yeah, no, that's pretty buried.
I'm seeing 12. Yeah, I'm seeing 12 is the number.
Center line it?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Heard him say 12 is the number, so that'd be heavy hack.
12?
They should be close enough to the center line, Chelsea, that won't straighten out. Should run pure.
Yeah, it should be okay here. It's just when you get into that middle to the edge of the 8-foot where we sometimes see them almost trying to go uphill.
Let me know the weight. Let me know if we're close on this 12 here.
Skip Brad Jacobs, again, recent bronze medalist for Team Canada, the World Championships in Moose Jaw.
Clean. Yep.
World Championship eludes Brad again.
Clean.
The one thing that he
Clean.
really has left to add to his resume.
Yep.
Got enough to
Yep.
kill it?
Whoa, whoa, curl.
Stay with that yellow, Con.
Just enough to push it out of the rings. Pretty good shot from Cups.
12-5.
Yeah, I chatted with Brad the other day, and as much as they obviously wanted to win that World Championship, I do think they're legitimately proud of the run that they had and the week that they had in Moose Jaw. I had a good talk with him, and I said, great week. And he said, yeah, I thought so. I thought we played really well and gave the crowd something to cheer for and everything else. So, yeah, not the finish they wanted, but a great week for them and a great week in Moose Jaw. The crowds were great, and everybody got to cheer for Canada, and Brad made so many spectacular shots. The whole team did. So, overall, I think happy with their performance, other than obviously that loss to Bruce Mallett's team, who played just incredible in that semifinal.
John Epping's first. In turn hit.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Either trying to roll to even up or dead nose.
Yep.
Tough to not leave a double for Jacobs.
Whoa. Hard mark. Yeah. Straight. Yep.
Oh, what a shot.
Wow.
That's so hard to do, to keep that on the paint. And boy, I don't think there's any double for Jacobs. That's the only spot you could roll that to and not leave it. Great touch from John. If he's making those early in the game, look out.
Yeah, really precise early there, because to roll it as even as he did, you run the risk of you're flirting with rolling out, which would be a disaster.
No, I like 10.5.
Okay.
That's okay.
Fantastic line call from Jake Horgan as well. Jacobs last.
Clean.
Just looking for the hit and stick.
Clean. Whoa. Clean.
And roll behind the corner and still be shot rock and at least make this difficult
Curl.
on Epping.
Curl. Oh, good try, guys. Sorry.
I think Kennedy thought that was going to turn over a little more than it did, but a little weight sensitive, Chelsea, on those lines. Big difference in the amount of curl you get with control to board or hack.
Yeah, big time for sure. This is the kind of ice that the players want, because it rewards you for throwing the right weight and for having a good positive throw. But if you're a little bit heavy or a little bit light, the line is going to be completely different. So you have to make sure, and you'll hear Team Jacobs say that to each other a lot. Get the weight right here, nail the weight here, that kind of thing, because it really is the key.
Clean.
Final stone, first end, John Epping. Looking for control weight, hit and stick for his two.
Yep. Whoa. Clean.
Good touch from John. That will be a deuce. Great start for the native Ontarian.
Sorry, boys.
He leads 2-0 after one end over Team Jacobs in this quarterfinal matchup.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada. like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!
Some great touch from Team Epping in the first end. John Epping himself with control weight, hit and roll to a biter to get to even up, secure his opportunity for a 2, and they do lead 2-0 over Brad Jacobs. Ian McMillan will get things going for Team Epping. Chelsea wouldn't be at all surprised to see the guard again to start this end off. Don't want to take your foot off the pedal with even the 2-point lead to start things off against a team in the caliber of Team Jacobs.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're going to see, I mean, if they go in, I doubt Brad Jacobs would hit it anyway, so I suppose they could. I imagine no matter where this ends up, you're going to see a corner guard from Brad Jacobs going to try to set up that 2 points and answer that opening deuce by Team Epping.
A lot of line on this one as you see that taking forever to curl. So they do get it to a tight guard, but off the paint.
Right on the logo, Con.
Off the center line as well.
So could be chipped off later in the end if they want to, but going to ignore it for now and just throw this corner guard for Connor Negevin.
3, 4, 4. Okay, make her good, boys. Right here. 4, 5.
Oh, this looks in.
Wow.
Sorry, Connor.
On that one, glides in. Sweepers didn't do a lot to it, but just enough.
I think surprised everybody. They didn't seem worried about it at all.
Oh.
Yeah, just that center track every once in a while glides a lot more than they expect.
It is a straighter spot, too, which sometimes leads to that little extra slide. The more rock curls, usually the slower the path will be.
So Epping wasting no time in calling the hit, trying to roll middle as well. Boy, some great touch shots early in this game from Team Epping.
Yeah, Team Epping is dialed right now.
Sorry, Connor.
We did hear John Epping say, speaking very highly of teammates as usual, but of Ian McMillan, that he was their secret weapon. With how well he's been playing, that just makes so many shots. They feel like they're set up every end.
Make her good, boys. Right on the logo. Right to my broom.
Wait's good.
That's still gliding, eh? 15-8. Attaboy, good toss.
This one will stop short.
You're good. Man, yeah. Good shot. Sorry about your first one, pal. Brutal.
A little bit early.
Yeah, I agree.
Tanner Horgan,
untouched, almost in the
in-turn come around draw.
T-line.
Like to wrap all the way around their own stones.
Top 4. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. T. T.
Tanner's been an impressive story this year. Skipped most of his career and then played a little bit of third through third rocks or skip rocks and swept the last couple of years, but down to full second this year and really has embraced that role. He's a very good sweeper, has fully embraced it and really committed to it and become a student of the game and a student of sweeping, and it's been a lot of fun to watch him take on the new role with so much excitement and has done a really good job of it.
Clean, yep. Hard. Hard!
Hard to keep it, hard to keep it.
Hard!
Hard to keep it. Get it. Good shot.
A really good shot there. Loses the back 2 and rolls to a corner guard. So Jacobs now flips the momentum in this end and will force Epping to try to play a double peel.
Yeah, similar start, but in reverse of last end, really, other than there's a red rock in the house this time, which is good news for Team Epping.
We saw the result in the first when the double peel wasn't made. It resulted in a 2.
with the flange on a fresh spot.
Yeah.
So.
You got it. 6.5.
See if Tanner Horgan can get rid of both. Looked like really started that one a little bit, Chelsea.
Soft release, and John saw it too.
Identical.
This is literally a carbon copy of the first end.
Yeah, you could just see when you're throwing towards the outside of the sheet, even for the elite players, sometimes they tend to throw it at the rock instead of at the broom.
I like leaving our yellow.
And Tanner definitely got that one going.
Full floor height.
We're good speed here. We're 15, yep.
Curl a little too.
Tyler Tardy now with an opportunity to kind of set up multiple point in.
Clean. Yep.
T-line.
Yep.
Line only, Brad.
Clean. Yep.
Line only.
Yep. Clean. Whoa. You can be off. 14 and a half. Easy. Stay with it.
Yep, a little bit.
No, you don't have to.
Good.
Nice, Tyler.
Nice touch from Tardy.
7.5. Good shot.
14.5 without much sweeping, so definitely is fast in that spot.
This will be a run back attempt this time for Jake Horgan. Not playing with a ton of weight.
Curl.
Definitely trying to stick this.
Curl. Curl. Whoa. Curl. Whoa. Whoa.
And a good call from Epping. Great result again. His team is sharp early.
I don't want to give him the same shot again.
Just as long as you forget about Tanner's.
Yeah.
And of course, the one shot that both teams are missing are the one that's going to get the crowd going the most.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy against the bananas at this point.
Yeah, it's real thin though, Mark. Throw board. You're going for a quarter with board.
Okay. Okay.
They are going to take on this double. Don't really care if you kill the second red. Just want to kind of roll up to the side of it and bump it out into the open a little bit and leave your shooter buried. Would be nice to kill it, but not the end of the world if you don't. Talking about throwing board, so we have seen the houses be a little bit more dead than we're used to this week. It's going to be hard to kill them both with board, but I don't think they mind that.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Easy.
Yep. Hard still. Gotta roll it. Whoa. You're okay.
Does roll under the corner guard. Spin doesn't quite get shot rock, but is dead buried, and that
same weight.
Now we'll have Epping playing the run again. Could split the house here,
Chelsea. I'm a little surprised by this.
Yeah.
I mean, Jake just made it, so fine, but if you make it the exact same way he just did, I think you leave that in-turn freeze for Team Jacob, so I would strongly be considering splitting the house if it was me.
Yeah, it's fairly safe, too, to play
Yeah.
Split the house. You could be a half-inch off on this one and still jam.
Oh, even worse.
I think you play the split now. It's tough to... How's that split looking?
Yeah, you could get them both on.
I think that came down.
Because if you draw, we need to draw deep. There's still a double. Try to get 3 in the rings.
Yep. If I happen to
This
get,
type of weight, Mark.
if I happen to get 2.
I think you're trying to hit about like a third. Thin third.
Yeah,
I mean, realistically, if you're on a quarter.
Third of a rock, back line.
Trying to play the split here, Chelsea. Here, Jacob saying, want to get 3 in.
Yeah.
With where that other stone is.
Just a little more, I think. I'm going to get a little fresh.
It's going to be hard to sit 3. It's going to even be hard to sit 2, but that's not what they're concerned about right now. Just looking to get a few yellow rocks into the house here because they're worried that there isn't a great place to draw without leaving either a short run back, potentially run back double, or a double off the side one. So this is respect for your opponent by wanting to keep these yellows spread out a little bit more than what the draw would allow you to.
Curl, curl, curl. Clean, curl.
Trying to cross this stone, have the shooter roll in. And too much weight pushes that rock through the house.
So close. Just a pound heavy. Rolled the shooter all the way in for second shot, which was difficult to do, but in order to do that, you had to throw so much weight that it punched the other one just barely through the back of the 12-foot there. The good news for Team Jacobs is the double, I think, almost always jams into the red. It's probably possible to make it over the top or underneath, but it's hard.
Epping could almost fire this at the number 2 counter, catch the back of the number 1 and push it out of count.
Come around everything, and then I got a double or a little board weight hit and roll right to it. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna keep throwing that 11. I like that. You like this? I just think
roll an inch, or no?
I just don't think it ever goes down. Well, no, I mean it goes down. I just don't know if it goes. Do you think it goes down past it?
You probably can make it that way. It's just hard, but yeah, it is there. No.
A little risky to play it that way because if you don't make it, you're almost certainly giving up 2.
I think it's coming down.
Okay.
It's always
like a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't think it ever shoots down? It's shooting down in general, but you think it's just shooting down onto this one. Okay, so why don't we hit and roll dead berry?
Okay.
Yep, yeah. Yep, I agree. I'm with you. Hair more. Hair more. Hair more. Yeah.
Well,
11.
So Team Epping also feeling like this, if you tried to play the double, it jams a lot of the time. So they're going to instead try to just roll dead buried under this guard.
John just playing soft weight instead.
Girl. Whoa, whoa. Straight, straight, straight. Whoa.
Big finish on that shot. But Jacobs still shot rock.
Is it here? Well, here's the deal, right? Like if he tries to slash, he's probably taking the red.
You might have a blank. And if he tries the thin double, if you're here, it's jamming. So I think this is probably, he's going to hit and roll under, even if you're there.
This is all rock placement now, trying to figure out where's our best spot to not leave a double or an out.
That has a little bit less window for error.
If we're here, what do we think he's playing? Probably
hit and roll off this one.
If we're here, do you think he's ever freezing?
I don't.
Probably not.
Probably not. But if we can leave it edge on edge, it's okay.
Here?
Okay, edge.
Yeah, I like that, Mark.
So trying to go back
You like
8
this
foot.
ball? Back 4, back 4.
Doesn't need to be fully buried. Would like to tuck a piece of it, but more a weight shot than a line shot really on this one. Just need to get it back there so that the double is as difficult as possible.
I think that's going to get there. I think that would be like the lowest.
Jacobs playing the in-turn draw.
Line's pretty good. Okay, Tyler's rock. We're going to be buried here.
Not if you're heavy, though.
Close,
Curling a lot here.
Hard line.
Hard.
This is walking.
Whoa, whoa, play a little rub here.
Yep.
Play a little rub.
Hard, sweep it. Okay.
Trying to figure out exactly where to leave that stone. But looks like the double is there without the jam.
It's definitely there.
So like on the thick half side, eh? Yeah. But half looks close.
Sorry, I was trying to hit it a little thicker and leave it a little higher. Anything deeper, I don't think.
What would have been the harm in sweeping to get by there, Chelsea? Still probably would have been shot.
I wonder if the sweepers were saying it was heavy. Yeah, I think
that much heavy.
Yeah, I think the only reason to try to play the little chisel is because you thought it was maybe not going to stop in time.
Ball straight. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Oh, over curls.
Give me like middle 12 there, Mark.
So with the double not made, it's just a draw to the 8-foot for Brad Jacobs for his second point to tie this game up.
Okay, so that would be too much weight for this spot, right? That last one? Yeah, okay. 4 feet, I think is good. Put her on the tee.
Talking about wanting 4 feet less. He was a little heavy on his first one, and they're thinking this spot might be a little faster. So 4 feet less weight is the goal.
Jacobs last here in 2. Just needing a piece of the 8-foot to tie things up.
You don't have to.
Line's great.
Clean it.
Okay, clean.
It, Con. Yep.
A little bit, Connor, yep.
Line's good, just for weight. Line's good.
Line's perfect.
Yeah,
yep.
line hard. Hard, Con. Hard. Come on. Go.
Line should be okay as long as the weight's there.
Keep going.
Good sweep.
No problem at all.
Great sweep.
2 it is for Jacobs. Deuces for both teams in the first 2 ends, and we're tied up 2-2 on to the third end of action.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all 3.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
Deuce for Epping, deuce for Jacobs, first 2 ends. All tied up 2-2 here in our feature matchup in the quarterfinals at the AMJ Players Championship. Epping will have Hammer now in the third. Jacobs going right back to the center guard with lead Connor Negemans first.
What do you think, Connor? Close? Yeah. You? You're good for weight.
Curl distance. We need curl. Okay. Curl, Mark. Curl, Mark. Get her into the line. Attaboy. Good. Good sweep.
Good start again. That does get to the center line for the no-tick zone.
They're too drunk. They get kicked out.
Very nice.
Oh, they're in their seats. Oh, yeah.
Brad asking fans behind the sheet if the Banana Boys got kicked out if they were too drunk, but no, they are in seats in the stands.
They've just relocated.
Yeah.
Wait right here, guys.
It's nice that he was showing concern. I know that they were around, out and about a little bit when Brad may have been around. They did meet at some point this week. Brad probably just wanted to say hi.
Oh, I like it, but he's...
Corner guard up for Ian McMillan.
You guys want to throw a guard? Yeah. Sure. Okay. Come on, I'm going to give you the out.
Oh, I love this. Just a 1-2.
So going to the long guard here rather than the come around.
Heard Mark Kennedy say, I love this. So they want to push the action.
Okay, just try to bite the line.
Yeah, the idea for it came from the hack. I think Brad initially called a draw, but he was on board as well as soon as it was suggested.
Curl, Mark. 2.
I've noticed that a lot too with Team Jacobs and doing a lot of their games over this season. Is Brad's very receptive to players' input when it comes to shot calls.
Good spot, Connor.
If somebody offers something that might be
Let him tick it, yeah,
changing
fine.
gears or a little different than what they initially thought.
Yeah.
He's open to it.
Yeah, I think with the team he has, you almost have to be. You got 3 really opinionated guys in front of you, so it would be tough to be a kind of a dictator type of a skip with those guys on your team. So that's why this team has gelled as well as it has, or part of the reason why is because Brad Jacobs has always been a skip who's open to that little bit of feedback from the thrower, from the hack.
Whoa, then, whoa.
This is a 15 and a quarter.
Whoa, just leave it all on its own. All on its own.
It's all the way there.
Hold on.
14-8.
Stop top side of button.
Good speed here.
Clean. Yep.
Actually got Max,
Clean.
guys. Max, wait!
Clean for line.
Back 4.
Rip.
Back 4 still.
Whoa. Curl mark.
I know. We're heavy.
Yeah, I see that.
Trying to carve this over to being heavy. It's going to bounce off.
Okay. I had 14 on that.
Does push it behind the tee line to the open.
Speed's good here.
Okay. It's running good for you.
Try T-bone, no?
So I think if there was only one guard, you might see John Epping go around his corner or play a little chase on that open yellow stone, but you can't really draw around your corner because of that long guard, which is part of the reason that Team Jacobs likes throwing it there. So John's going to throw another one around the middle
You're
here.
looking for like a 15-2 here.
Yeah, that's absolutely part of the strategy with playing that shot. Is it's very difficult to use the corner when there's a rock on the path that you need to take.
Yeah, and it's one of those plays that we think of it as a super aggressive play that you're playing for a steal, and I mean it is the only way to play for a steal as well if you really need one, but I look at it as a force play in a lot of ways, because by doing that, by blocking that corner guard, your opponent can't then go around it and get their second point established that way, so you get the force out of this probably more often than the steal.
Yeah, you just have to monkey with the terminology a bit, as it is an aggressive play to block up the center, but it's also a defensive play, taking an offensive move away from your opponent and playing or making the game play to the center and not letting them play their offensive game with the hammer.
Yeah, it feels a little scary to throw a second guard, but it's a classic example of sometimes the best defense is a good offense. So by throwing that, you take away their offensive possibility, you increase your offensive possibility as the team without the hammer by forcing all those rocks to the middle. Nice shot there. We tapped it to a little pocket.
I got exactly the same split.
Very well executed. Now you have backing for that stone and great position at the top of the forefoot.
We're grinding. As many rocks in play as possible. Give her.
Love to hear that up in the booth.
We love that. We do.
Saying as many
Thank you,
rocks
Mark.
in play as possible. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Got the two-way mic on Mark Kennedy. We pick one player per game, and Mark obviously is that one right now.
Really curling too. Hard, Jake. You got to really go, Jake. You got to go, Jake.
Sweepers really trying to carry this one as far as they can. Like to stay a little open. Not a bad spot to be able to defend against that yellow stone. So Jacobs really no choice but to move it now.
Yeah, you have a little kind of slash with almost whatever weight you want on that red onto the yellow. So have to move this now for Team Jacobs into that pocket somewhere. Don't have to be shot, but it would be nice if you were.
Kennedy looking to just move this stone up a couple feet into that pocket. Don't need to move the red stones at all.
Clean, yep. Hard line! Yep. Hard tie, dig. Hard, Tyler, dig. Hard, hard, hard. Never off it. Hard, you got it. Hard, more.
Boy, really good sweep.
What a great
shot.
sweep. That was right out of his hand. Tyler Tardy went pillar to post on that without letting up and made the shot perfectly for Mark Kennedy, but I would suggest the credit for that one goes as much to Tyler Tardy as it does to Mark Kennedy himself.
Soft on a spot that curls.
And Mark giving that credit where it's due.
Got
A little fist bump too.
T-bone, look at him. Out to the bone. Sweep into the bone.
Can't hit the top here because it just he's gonna just go another one on top and then we're done. But I'm wondering if we can get that into there.
I knew as soon as I let it go, I'm like, this is gonna curl. It wasn't old T-bone sharp out turn, that's for sure.
Trying to figure out if you could get enough of the inside of that yellow as they're looking at right now. Try to play it into the red and move the yellow.
Yeah, it does look like you could. You have to throw an absolute bullet, but
yeah,
you got the right guy in the hack for it.
Really tight to that stone in the top of the 12-foot too.
Jake loves these, and he can throw it so hard.
Half a rock. Pick half. Whoa! Curl!
Little set on release though.
Curl! 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 Hard! Curl! Curl!
Yeah, it was definitely there. Actually, it was way more room than it looked like from the overhead. They got by that rock in the top of the 12-foot easy.
Yeah, could have curled another inch or two and made it really good and punched it all the way out of the house. Would have still left a bit of a wall of reds back there, but could have punched that yellow a lot farther.
That's really the... Unless you want to try to save the shooter here. Just don't want to disturb this pocket too much. Just want to get that yellow right between the two reds, right?
I like your first call.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make
sure. Are we thinking,
I think you're throwing
back line?
13.
Yeah, back line. I like that.
And I'm just going to try to hit an inch of it, really.
Got that. Just do that hard.
So discussion basically about whether they wanted to hit this really thin and try to just chisel it into the pocket and roll deep. Basically, it was about where do we want our shooter to go.
13.
If they leave their shooter kind of, if they just roll a foot or two, then you'll see a double come back really quick here from Jake Horgan. So either need to get close to the nose or roll big and low as far underneath the tee line as you can. And so that's what they've landed on. They're going to try to hit about an inch of it with back line.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard still.
Hard, Tyler. Hard, you got it.
Hard, hard.
You got
really want the shooter to roll away here too.
Shooter. Go, Connor. Go, 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 go.
And can you fire it hard enough to get it moving now?
I think you can.
It's really close to coming off.
I think you can do that.
That's a dare, basically. Hey, Jake, I think you can. What do you think?
Wait. 6.
Sorry, pal. That was like a 6.
So here's 6 the call. They're talking 6 seconds hog to hog, which would be big peel.
Yeah, if Jake wanted to, he could probably throw sub 6, but you don't need to here. 6 is plenty to make this.
For me, it's not even there.
The lowest I've ever seen is a 4.
Yeah, I saw a 4 once too.
Whoa!
Morgan with some juice on this one.
Hard! Hard!
And moves it just far enough to sit 2.
Such a wall of reds back there, though. They wanted to move that a little further, hit it a little bit too thin.
Yeah, that's a 1/4 inch thicker, and they're sitting 4.
Or your nose
Possibly,
in
yeah,
here.
that still would be 4.
But then when he noses,
Try.
actually when he noses, you might have
Nothing
to.
thicker.
I think we could have rolled right side.
So rock placement here so important, but as you said, Chelsea, a wall of stones. Difficult to move if it's anywhere around the button.
Okay. Draw
onto the button.
I thought with that extra
on the
weight
button.
it would run like
Give me 6 seconds. Keep it down.
that one actually moved the touch, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, they curled. You were yelling curl.
Yeah, that's some options here, right? Like if we got to that back one that's wide open, 3/4 on the inside, straight.
Boy, we haven't seen a lot of peels out here so far.
Bananas
The
are
Banana
quiet.
boys have had to be very quiet over there. Jacobs playing the in-turn draw, trying to go around this pile to the button.
Yep. Hard line.
Yep. Line's good.
Hard line.
Line's good. Yep. Line's
Hard
good.
line.
Room.
Line's good. Room. Whoa. Good sweep, guys.
Settles in. Don't see that going out. There is one small gap between the two reds and the back of the 4-foot, but can you get it to go through anywhere?
I think you would have a chance if you could see a little bit more of it, but you'd need it to hit the red that it's frozen to quite a bit to get it to kind of scoot almost straight sideways. And with how little of it you can see, I think a lot of the time it's going to just dead jam on that red that's just biting the back of the 4-foot.
We go here. It's coming in, isn't it? Well, it's just a freeze. You might not have enough, actually. So let's just freeze.
Okay. I agree with John. I don't think you have enough to make this, to have a chance to make this yellow go, so they're going to just play the freeze here. A little worried that Team Jacobs is going to run the yellow in from the other side onto the red and then over onto the shooter, which is likely what they'll try to do. But let's try to get this freeze ideally a little across the face, but that's hard to do with the yellow in the full 8-foot there.
If you were playing for the big end, Chelsea, you'd try to tap it and unlock the back on the left side. But that's just it's a really probably low percentage chance at 2 still because of what you're leaving.
Yeah, and it's hard to, you just can't see very much of it. So to throw tap weight, likely you're rolling off, which is no good. So I think this is the prudent call here.
Lines of hair tight.
Yeah, I agree with the call. If you lock this on,
curl.
again, chances at 2 aren't great, but your chances of scoring are way better than if you play the tap.
Yeah, you need to make sure you can score.
Gotta be there, though.
Keep going.
Just enough for shot.
Nicely done.
He's having a look. Pretty sure it's
Just
red.
red, I think.
I think so too, and by leaving it a little bit shorter, that combo that they were afraid of becomes harder.
Got anything for multiple?
Don't really think so.
Can you tell who it is walking by?
Like all these rocks are saving our bacon right now, big time.
I don't think you can see enough of the yellow, which is nice.
Are we just guarding?
It's also nice.
He shot.
It's never coming in.
Well, it probably goes into ours here. The problem is that are you going to leave him anything here for multiple?
We throw a guard up here, what's he doing? Like that yellow is just kind of jamming everywhere.
He's playing that corner in somewhat soft, that's all. Really hard shot, but I don't.
That's too hard, I think. The only other shot is what Ty said. Something off
I don't remember saying
We
that.
hurt ourselves here.
Well, he's always going to have the shot for 1 with the 5. No matter what you do here.
For 1.
Our headsets are only supposed to go to Mark.
Yeah,
Not to
Mark
Brad.
must have been standing really close to him.
worried that he can just smash the 5 and get pulled. Okay.
I think you're guarding. I mean, anything you'd be leaving for multiple points is only for 2 and very difficult.
Yeah, I agree. I think the guard is a call.
So we'll just throw a 2 guard here.
And that is what they're playing.
It's really close.
Probably here, eh?
Yeah.
Because they were saying we had this for 2. Yeah.
Okay. Clean. Clean. Line's good. Line's good. Line's
to
good.
stop curling.
Well then, never has to curl. No. No. Just coming off a hill. Okay, Brad.
Good. Yeah.
Sit. Oh. Good shot. It's closer than we think.
Is it?
It's closer than I originally thought. Yeah.
Probably bet on them.
You would bet on them?
Probably.
Okay.
Well, closer than they thought, meaning who's shot stone right now.
Almost can't take enough ice.
Looked like red from our overhead, but they're not so sure.
Yeah.
Or would you play this?
I would play this for 2.
But it still looks red
You think
to
it's
me.
them, eh?
It does, but all of them agree that it's closer than we think it looks, so it must be that overhead not being
But if you don't think we're shot, then I don't want to play it.
maybe being a little bit deceiving.
Actually might be us.
If not, I just want to tap this.
Up to you.
Do you want to look Tanner quick?
It's 50-50. I wouldn't.
Well, we know whose eyes they trust most. They're calling him in.
Every team has one of those, that one person on the team whose job this kind of is.
I'm only good on the overhead.
I think the only reason they're being so careful is because with Brad's guard over curling a little bit, if you're not sure your shot, you probably have to play this little chisel for 1 to make sure you're scoring. If you were shot, you could try the long tap on the corner guard for a second point.
Yeah, I think it's close.
But they're not sure enough that it's them, so they're going to play the straight tap on that redstone just for 1 point here, just to make sure that they're shot stone.
So Epping just trying to move his own stone by the slightest of margins with his last here in third end.
Yep. Whoa. Curl. Hard. Curl.
Should curl enough to get there.
Lean.
And nicely done. Good touch from John. Good read. That is a single. So after 3 ends, Epping now takes the lead over Jacobs. 3-2. We'll be back in a minute.
Let me say what's best for me, to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
Neither team quite sure who was shot before the final stone, but John Epping makes it a no-doubter with his tap, scoring 1, now leading 3-2 on to the 4th end of action. Very even game so far.
Got a little bit of room right now. Probably max line. Okay. No, you're okay. Like, yeah, if you can, sure, yeah. If you can. Yeah, keep going. Good job. Good. Sweet there, Tim.
Go this side, Con.
Center guard once again, start the end off. Both teams playing fairly aggressively to start each end.
I got Max. Okay. 4-5.
Okay, line looks really good. Line's really good. Just for weight. Boy, is that ever straight, that stone. Mark a little. Oh, you're good there, you're good there.
Thinking that stone may be a little straight from what you're hearing from Brad Jacobs.
Yeah, and watching this sheet, I wondered a number of times about several different rocks and whether there was a straight one, curly one. So I imagine there's probably a couple tendencies there that by this point of the week, the teams would be scouting other teams' lineups and orders and everything, and then they've got that pregame practice as well where they would match their stones. So should have a pretty good idea, but I'm not surprised that there's a couple little C's there.
Top button.
Line's really good. It's always Jake.
14-8. Speed around the sheet right now is nice.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, probably. Obviously likes to mix it up.
Right to the top of the fours, buried. Great pair to start off from McMillan.
Got a little bit light, Connor. Top 12. Close to the ties.
Play the weight, a little bit of room.
Top 12, top 8.
Clean for lines. Yep. Line.
Keep going.
You got it.
Really going to get by. Oof. Didn't think that had a chance. I don't think Brad did either.
No, no one did. What a great sweep again by Tyler Tardy.
Might be making a little bit of a name for himself on the broom now, with most of his career that we're familiar with being at the skip position. They do always tell us, Chelsea, and I mean, I was one for a while, you always have been, that they're the best sweepers on the team. They just get 6 feet to show it.
Yeah, that's true. So I've been impressed by Tyler sweeping for years, even watching him play mixed doubles before he moved to front end. He's a very good sweeper.
11-8.
Good shot.
Keep going. Block her on, boys. Or run it.
Just bump this back.
This is okay.
Back 4.
I like Mark's comment there. Block her on, boys, or run it. Then you can say, yeah, that's what I called either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah.
Clean.
Weight's good. Back 4. Ready here.
Clean up. Room.
Weight's good.
Got room. Curl.
Back 8.
Keep going, Mark.
Got to get this one to walk. It's going to bounce off a little bit. Just a pound heavy there from Tyler.
Get under.
11.
Moves it open to the corner guard side at the least, so not a terrible result. Epping will be playing the hit and roll here with Tanner Horgans.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Coming down.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Definitely rolling a little too far.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Show a little piece.
Just playing this shot, really. That would be great.
Thinking you're going to get 1 inch of curl here.
Should get action on a lot of red playing this if hit correctly. Tardy trying to roll to a corner guard and lose as many reds in the house as possible.
Curl.
Get it. Very nice.
All right, does lose 2. And rolls to a corner. Really good shot from Tardy.
Shot T-bone.
T-bone. It might just be a Mark thing, not sure.
Maybe, but that's the first time I've heard it. But
Heard it earlier too, but I didn't know he was talking to Tyler. Thought he was talking about a setup in the rings. So everybody has their own terms for those setups, but yeah, I guess that's going to stick now.
But it's not all right to guard. Minimum.
Right on the M. Whoa.
Seeing probably
right on the
some
M.
kind of chase.
So with the 2 corners even up,
If I can chase and get it.
Epping playing the center guard.
Yep.
Life is pretty good.
Curl. Hard. Curl. Hard.
They had a little outturn half for
Under curls a little bit.
Yeah.
So there is a dig.
Board.
Sure.
just a little light there, I think. Wanted that right on the M and didn't quite get it all the way there. So if it had the right weight, I think the line would have been good.
Sweet.
Kennedy has an opportunity to play the out-turn dig.
The lefty out-turn.
Clean, yep.
Clean, yep.
The heathen out-turn.
Yes. Yep. Hard.
It's getting close to the guard now.
Oh, again from Tyler Tardy. That's
My
3 or 4
goodness.
now that he's just squeaked by.
He's playing himself into a front end position now.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry, Ty.
It's too good at the
Sorry,
sweeping.
T-Bone.
Yeah, T-Bone is now a second from here on out.
T-Bone, the big broom. Has some massive scrubs in this game.
I wonder if that one's curling a little. See what Cupsy thinks. Yeah. Yeah.
Easy, easy.
Yep.
Jake Horgan now playing same shot.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Curl. Whoa.
Probably would prefer a little
Curl.
bit more
Whoa.
room around the guard just for sanity's sake.
Yep. Straight. Whoa. Whoa, no roll.
Sit there. Sit there.
Rolls behind the corner. You don't mind rolling behind the corner in that situation, Chelsea, because the center guard is cutting off that draw path.
Probably got to tap that, eh?
So yeah, as Brad's saying, if you're going to go through the hole, you probably have to tap.
Yeah, that's the same thing we were talking about 2 ends ago with the double guard blocking that corner guard.
Right.
By having that center guard be longer, neither of those corner guards is very accessible to draw
Thinking
behind.
you're like throwing back 12 and trying to get to 3/4.
Okay. Back to 12.
How does that look?
A little bit of curl here. Looks close. Nice. It's good here, eh?
Really difficult shot here for Kennedy.
Easy con.
Trying to navigate this port.
Curl.
Easy.
Clean.
Straight.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Clean. Straight. Straight. Whoa. Right on. Right on. Right on.
Mark Kennedy doing Mark Kennedy things and making that port look a lot easier than it
That
actually
is
was.
not nearly as easy as that looked. Great shot from Mark.
Good trying to wait.
Just through.
Yep. Right here.
Like it's a little bit buried.
Don's going to try to follow that down and get a little bit low. Could sit too buried behind this corner guard. But tough shot.
I had 12. I had a hair lighter. Okay. That finished hard.
That checks out. That checks out for a little bit. I might just threw the tap freeze in the last end that Ty hit the whole way, but that spot does curl.
Epping trying to follow through, but with a little more weight.
Might be showing its teeth a little bit here.
Whoa.
Fairly similar to what
Easy.
went through.
Clean. Straight. Straight. Hard. Hard.
This one took a little jump.
Hard.
Hard route.
That definitely surprised both John and Jake.
It's still in a tricky spot.
Wow. This is a tricky spot for him.
Part of it, just a little less rotation too, Chelsea.
Yeah, and John would be the first one to admit that he's more an artist than he is a technician with the way he throws the rock. And Mark Kennedy, definitely a technician, so maybe just a little different release. It did look like he set that, but John doesn't throw a lot of rotation, to your point, so his isn't always going to necessarily run like Mark's did.
We like this shot?
I think the Bananas have gone to calling for splits now. Try to have something else to cheer for.
Well, that would make some sense too. I like it.
Makes every bit as much sense as the Peel.
Like, he'll be high. If we want to be, well, even with that one, and I doubt he's not throwing a freeze. He's got to be hitting out the more open, right? Okay. Yeah, and it ran good, eh?
Jacobs' opportunity here to try to set up maybe even a 3 if this is well placed.
A little bit. Yep.
They make this draw, Chelsea.
Hard line.
Definitely looking like 2.
Line's good.
Yeah, I don't know that there will be anything for Epping to take away the 2.
Hard line.
This is really
Hard line. Come on.
hooking hard. Needs to spill onto the rings, but
think?
Over curls.
Same. Do you like that same line?
Weight was close.
So we had them on it
Was
a
that
little
weight
earlier.
was good?
Sorry?
That weight was good?
Yeah, that was just through. Weight was good.
Do that really well.
Just same
Guard
everything?
barely moved.
Don't carve early.
With Epping wrecking the guard on the last shot, so still a difficult shot to get to nose. Not jam.
Yeah, I think they can do everything the same, though, other than the sweeping call. If they were on that one a little bit earlier, they would have got it by. So I think they're thinking same everything, and we'll just sweep it a bit sooner.
Epping's last, first half of this feature matchup for the final round.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Yep.
This one curling early, too.
Yep. Whoa.
That's going to be on the guard. Where does it spill to? Just the same result, same throw. Maybe even work that over a little bit more.
Yeah, I think a little softer throw. They were on that one basically right out of his hand. The first one they liked out of his hand, and then it just finished on them. That one was in trouble pretty much the whole way.
We're on the tee line.
I mean, I have
14 and a half, you think?
The first one, I threw that good, then I just shouldn't have tied the carve, and then that one, maybe just a little tender on these versus the first one. I thought I threw it harder.
So Jacobs only needing full 8 foot for his second point. Last shot, fourth end, looking to take the lead going into the break.
Line's good.
You're curling.
Line's fine. Line's fine.
Starting to curl, which usually means the weight's coming off.
Nice, Brad.
Keepers still don't want to touch it.
Good shot.
But stops biting back 4 foot. Jacobs does indeed get the 2.
That's how it works.
They lead at the break 4-3 over Epping. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Nice draw.
Let me say what's best for me, to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Back and forth action in our feature matchup here at the AMJ Players Championship quarterfinal round. Our feature game, Epping and Jacobs, here at the Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Right in the heart of downtown Toronto. Jacobs with a 4-3 lead after a 2 in the fourth end. Tyler George here once again with two-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey. Chelsea that really came down to 1 or 2 shots in the first half of the game here, and two of those big ones were John Epping's last 2, wrecking the guard twice, trying to play soft weight hit. That's the problem with missing as a skip. They hang it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they usually do, and that's even with a miss from Brad Jacobs in the middle as well. So when John kissed the guard on his first one, Brad had a chance to go around and sit 2. That would have pretty much guaranteed him the deuce. Ticked on the guard then, and then John ticked the guard again and handed opportunity kind of back and forth there a little bit.
Draw around to the top of the 8-foot, start off the 5th from Ian McMillan. He is a solid player, Chelsea. He might be, of all the players in the game, the one that fans may least be familiar with, but I don't think that's going to last. Keep playing like he is, and there's a reason why John Epping speaks so highly of him, because John never compliments anybody. He's not a very nice guy.
No.
But very honest about his team and really loves the way that Ian throws the rock. And he has made just about everything today.
Yeah, really solid game, and definitely somebody who flies under the radar for now. But to your point, Team Epping keeps doing what they're doing, and he keeps playing the way he's playing. That won't last for very long.
Good con. That's fine.
So breakout stars of the game in the tournament.
Perfect.
Got Tyler Tardy sweeping.
Yep.
Got faster in that line. Yeah.
Well, I guess this isn't a breakout, but we've known this all along. Mark Kennedy's sense of humor.
Yeah.
And 2 ends ago, that was the path that got lightning.
Brent Lang's daughter.
Yeah.
In the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
We're talking breakout stars of the week. Langer.
Including Bella.
Yeah. I'd say Cameron Bryce in the booth as well.
Yeah,
he did a
he was good.
fantastic job.
Yep.
Ian McMillan, lead position.
Speed on that path to the high is really good.
Yeah, go to it. Okay, well then, yeah, forward to it. Well then.
Well, we'll see. Might still be
Come around all the way to that stone in the back of the 8-foot.
That's a 14.65, back 8 untouched. So yeah, still the good stuff. Back 4 down. T-line!
Go ahead.
Close.
Line's good.
Big brush, T-bone, Tyler Tardy.
Play the weight.
In turn.
Line's good.
Come around draw.
Groove. Line's good. Clean. Groove.
All to it, to it. Small bounce.
Mark. Mark. Mark, mark, mark.
Yeah, good touch there again.
Okay, Ty.
Playing for the force or the steal, Chelsea. No problem coming all the way back to that stone. That's by design.
For sure. Would have liked it to curl a little bit more, just that tiny bit heavy, but a pretty good result there.
There right now.
Whoa, then, whoa.
Tanner Horgan looking to join this
T.
party in the back of the house.
Yep.
Weight's good.
Whoa. Back foot. Yep. Whoa.
Curl. Little bounce.
Whoa.
Looks to be another freeze made.
Curl. Curl. Good.
Good shot.
So that shot no problem for anyone. Stacking them up as we usually see above the tee line with all these freezes. These ones stacking up 4 stones in a row, 3 freezes, and we're still not above the tee.
No, almost. It's creeping up on it.
Lock it on.
You like this? Hold on. Just if you freeze this. Not the best. I know. I see it.
So those angles aren't very good.
No, I know.
It's either the run and you're trying to do so, or you're going in turn, or his out turn here.
I don't mind the run.
Yeah. You like it? Try to plant it on the 1.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Plant. See what happens.
thinking they don't want to keep stacking these in. I'm a little surprised they're not throwing one more freeze with where that stone is located, and Jacob's not having hammer.
Yeah, I think they're a bit worried that if they freeze it on the inside, then maybe 2 yellows go and all the reds stay.
Almost plants that one. Epping now sitting 2. Continuing to attack, drawing around that center guard.
I think you were a tee out of your hand. Hank, yeah. Same positive.
Good shot. Give us a sniff. Those angles were not helping. Maybe just a soft bump too. We'll see.
Tanner Horgan playing his out turn. Going around center. Chelsea, one of those you're playing every bit as much about taking it from your opponent first than it is about you being there.
Yeah, it's more blocking their path in for this draw or freeze than it is about wanting your rock in the top of the 8 foot here. This one needs to finish.
Yeah, you'd really like to at least get a piece under center, and they do. Top 8 foot, good shot.
Very good spot.
I can almost make either one, guys. That one's great, though. Yeah.
10.5?
Yeah, it looks like kind of a 11.
Yeah, we're never gonna kill like more than one red.
Okay, 10.5's fine.
Okay.
Mark Kennedy, soft weight, in turn.
No, curl,
Lead
curl,
up.
curl.
Lead.
Curl.
Oh, curl. Curl, Tyler.
Got a curl to stick this.
Yeah, that's going to roll too far. Really good chance for Epping to put up a crooked number here. And oddly enough, Chelsea, those rocks being as far behind the tee line as they are actually help Epping in this situation, as you can lob around to the top of the 8 foot, and it's difficult to play that long run to move more than one red stone.
Yeah, there's a bit more room and the run backs are longer. It allows you to have more separation on your stones than if they're all above the tee line. Oh, not even a speed wobble. This is just a draw from Jake Horgan. Little wobble.
Just a wobble.
Okay, you're good.
See a few of those from Jake from time to time, and
Line's good.
hey, glass house is up here.
Yeah.
we understand, Jake. Just make the shot. That's all that matters.
Well then. Should come down in here though.
Really would like this to stop.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit deeper than they wanted. It's going to stay above the tee line though.
Not bad.
I don't know, man. We're really grinding here. What do you like?
Well, you're either freezing it or you're bumping it back, but
really good for
I don't mind the freeze.
Like, we're dead, guys. We're dead.
Go ahead. Really good for something that almost fell over mid-slide.
The only other thought I had was, is there a tap here?
Bump it back, bud. This is our best chance.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
right there, stay a quarter open, something you can use and bump.
I like that.
Yeah, have to.
Even if you bump that in here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you back 4.
Okay.
You'd really like to get to as much of this as you can, Chelsea, and try to create a wall in the back of the 4
If I
foot.
end up T-line and I move it a rock, so be it. Just gotta,
Yeah, definitely. It's
if I give you the right weight though,
you can cut the scoring area down here, but it's a little scary to throw it.
Just a little more. Speed's good here, right?
If it's too far, we can probably chase him. Like if he gets like too close to no. Get back to him this
Lead.
Easy.
Kennedy playing back 4 weight,
Curl. Lead. Curl.
hoping they can sweep it late. Try to add a little weight onto it.
Clean.
See how much Tardy can turn this over. Apparently plenty.
Straight. Hard, Connor. Get that red. Get that red, Ty. Get that red.
Yep. Whoa.
Oh, really good shot.
Great sweep.
Great touch from Kennedy. Great sweep from Tardy.
Sorry about my first. Thank you. Very good. They even gave you room here to almost make this double, Brad.
It's fun that as a
Like the
fan
roll anyway.
standing behind the sheet, you can be 5 feet away from the Olympic gold medalist, Mark Kennedy. Say nice shot, and he can politely say thank you. Move on.
Yeah, it's always an interesting one when the fans are that close too.
Is it better with the same turn?
Or you want to go past it?
Yeah, but if we go top 4 on the other side,
You got to go past it.
He's not freezing the pin, so he can slash it.
And hope you stay there, right just by it.
Yeah, he did. Good sweep.
Like the same
Okay.
weight?
Makes this good. Full 4 in front of it. Yeah, he's kind of like.
There's a peel on sheet A. Boy, it's been a while. The boys had a little extra juice on that one.
They've been waiting 5 ends for that peel.
There's been a lot of soft weight shots in these games, which again, much better for commentary.
Oh yes, we're happy about it, but the bananas don't like it.
Awful for them.
Yep.
Jake Horgan trying to come around.
Hard line.
Yep.
Either corner that stone or get around it to the button.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. You got to go. Hard. You got to go.
Really needs to go if they're going to get around it.
You got to go. You got to go. Whoa.
Oh, what a sweep.
Wow.
What a shot. Teams going toe-to-toe right now. Heavyweight battle.
It's like this weight hair high with back heat. Yeah. I thought the speed here was pretty good on mine.
Right there.
Just barely got that by into a perfect spot, and now little tap for Brad Jacobs. Try to move that back one out of there, leave the yellow locked on that middle one of the sandwich here, and sit second shot.
Yeah, you just want to move that back red maybe a foot, foot and a half, so there's room to move the second one, but still leaves backing with 2 taps. So essentially it would take 3 shots to unlock the yellow, which is the key for Brad.
Yeah, because the yellow is a little lonely in there right now, so you don't want to do anything to allow them to remove it anytime soon.
Whoa, then. Curl. 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 Clean. Clean. Curl. Curl. Curl,
Looking
guys.
for
Curl.
maybe back 12, back line weight.
Curl. Clean.
You want to leave it on the same angle.
Back one, back one, back one, back one. Somebody
Yeah, pretty good. Maybe moved it a little farther than they would have liked, but pretty good shot. You ever think about trying to just smash that yellow, Chelsea, and having both go?
Yeah.
You're going to have to get some pretty good action on the second one.
And we have seen the houses be a little bit more dead this week than we're used to, so it makes that shot even tougher. It's like John's not going to take it on here.
Yeah, you can unlock these and I think still stay shot rock too. Stay on the high side.
Well, right now I can kill both the yellows. We just kill a lot of our reds.
That's why I think he's
you just got to
one in the top 8.
Yeah. Okay. We just got to be careful that we don't overcurl where I can't make it. So
actually, if
you want to be frozen.
Over here, he's got
frozen, yeah, like just 7/8 on Tanner's side. The side still, Jake's ran pretty good.
Want to stay frozen on the broom side, the high side, as we're looking at it here, that center line side. You don't want to over curl this.
I powerful through.
Line's good.
Too much on the
do to
fall.
plant it there.
John thinks he may have added a little much.
Close it.
This is running.
Curl. Easy.
He's trying to play it maybe to a corner freeze now. Chips off, angled onto that red.
Yikes.
The good thing for Epping is that's just going straight over into the other red, even if they
Yeah, it should always
play up weight.
stuff there, but you could sit too.
Yeah. On which one? On this one.
Jacobs could, I think.
Yeah, you got to be careful. If you move those and the shooter rolls off, that unlocks that yellow. Now the double's there for a pile.
Yeah, I don't know that you need to sit too, but I think you could.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. Back line, you should be okay. Because if
Yeah,
they
that's
squirt
I like this.
the most weight you can play really at this.
Yeah, just kind of stay in the, create a little pocket and stay inside it. Even if you leave Epping sitting one, I don't know how he gets in there for a second point.
I know. Yeah, nose it with back well.
Think about that. Like if we had Dean to go straight.
Nose and back well, right?
Went back more. That's pretty good.
He can't get to it.
Yeah.
Did I just throw back well?
Back line weight for Brad Jacobs. In turn side. Just looking to jiggle these around a little bit.
Whoa, clean. Clean. Whoa,
Clean.
Whoa.
I got you. Clean. Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Real hard.
Yep.
Real hard tie.
Yep.
Gotta go, pal. Gotta go.
This is over
You
curling
really gotta
right
go.
now.
Yep. Red one, Connor. Red one. Red one. Good. Good spot.
Maybe just good enough.
I think it
might be there for two.
Yeah, it's close.
Good shot.
Can you get?
Have to be
Good sweep, guys.
really thin on the Yellowstone on the right.
What's that?
Yeah, you almost want to try to hit the
Yeah. Or almost
one
if
on
you
the
can
left
get to this
first
one.
if you could. Yeah, there you go.
No, I can't do anything there, guys. That's not going. The weight I need to throw, I got to get to that, miss that. This is my last shot. We got the hammer. Yeah. I think I got to try and run this around the horn and see hope that it comes up and through and into that one.
Oh, good force.
Fair?
Maybe.
I don't have anything in there. No.
He really doesn't think he can move both those enough. The shooter he doesn't think can get closer than either Yellowstone.
I can't hurt myself.
A little low on the clock. We'll try to have
It looks to me like you maybe could, but John is very convinced that you can't, so he's gonna
play
a
the
bit
wheel.
Of a bit of a Hail Mary here around the horn. I don't see this being there for two. But
Well, we'll find out. Last rock. John Epping with a circus shot.
Curl.
Let's see where this goes. Well, makes the peel. We'll call it that. Come on, boys. No cheer for that one. So the force for Jacobs as Epping takes one. We move on to the sixth then. Tied at 4. Jacobs with hammer.
Going undefeated through a national championship and being able to actually pull it off and win it is just an absolute dream come true.
Having two new junior players new to the team, Kibo and I really felt like our experience was what we had to bring out and share in that final day in Lethbridge. And drawing on our experience, we knew that the two older guys on the team, we kind of had to remain calm and act as leaders, trying to basically share the excitement and the joy that I have for the game and the passion with younger people, older people, people starting. That I would say is the biggest thing that I want to take for myself and show others is the love that I have for this sport.
Yeah, seeing Laurier continue to succeed and achieve amazing things is just so exciting. Whenever I check in and see how they're doing at U Sports and see them winning and succeeding, it's just so exciting. And I remember my time there so fondly, and I'm just so excited for the group that's there right now.
A lot of game to go, but position A for Team Jacobs for sure with, to your point, 2 hammers to 1.
I like a round now.
Theoretically.
Right here, Con. Top 8.
Top 8. I got max, guys.
Even if you're biting 4 is
Yeah,
good.
we're a little heavy
First
right now.
guard fairly high. So Connor Negevin playing to top 8
4, Brad.
underneath the center guard.
Yep.
Right here, guys. Clean for line. Tyler's rock.
Still there. Still there.
Bite the 4.
We are.
Biting the
We're
4
full
is
4, Brad. This slide's forever. We're full 4. Nice
throw,
con, man.
Con.
Good shot, buddy. Good spot.
Just a hair deeper than they were hoping, but good spot above the tee line, top 4 foot.
If he plays the freeze right now, it's almost a blank opportunity. Although statistically,
A little bit early.
it's better. Wow. But I still think he would take the blank if he could.
Wow. I'm rooting for him.
I don't know. Maybe that was the plan. I think it's just a cold freeze.
Yeah, just short. We're just short.
16-2. Just a guard.
Okay. Attaboy.
Yeah, I love that.
Tight guard just off the rings.
Yes, I think so.
Double guards from Team Epping, really looking for somebody to score one in this end, ideally.
Top 8, top 4. Okay, you got room. Top 4.
Carve a couple?
Just let it work.
Yeah, couple of
Curl.
Yep.
Are you here?
Yeah, we're T-line.
I don't know what to do here. Yeah, Mark, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, that
Just tickle it.
situation where you know you're deep. Where can we leave it?
Not bad, Connor. Not bad.
Hate that feeling.
Good.
Hard. Well, I don't know.
Good sweep.
Back 4.
That's about the most you could do with it.
Good try, Con. It's okay, pal.
Back 4?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can.
Back 8.
Yep.
Yeah. Not a bad spot.
Back 12.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Back 8.
Horgan looking to tap this stone back. Top of the 4 foot.
Really coming down.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Losing speed in a hurry.
Shot.
That's about what you want. Now you have your opportunity. Try to set up a steal.
So,
Try to run that double. Just roll into like
a little
here.
low at the end. Nice and hard. Easy.
Curl.
It's already playing the
High
run.
side.
Curl still.
Straight, miss the back, miss the back.
Okay.
Sit. Good.
Ooh, a little fortunate there. Feather that one, but keep it on the paint. Big break there for Jacobs.
Yeah, that's a big difference. If you miss it all together, you leave that pocket there, and if you kill it, it's potentially your deuce point now by leaving it sitting over in the 12-foot where Team Epping can't use it, but Team Jacobs might
If he leaves the
be able to
tight
put
one
it on
open,
the scoreboard.
Now that's a
You're hitting
big
rolling
break
in
there
off
for
it.
Jacobs. See if that rock hangs around later in the end.
Just over. We're still over.
Love to move that tight one if you could.
Okay, just over.
This might over. Oh, maybe not. Over.
Good.
Grow.
It's high guard. Lined up very well. Good shot from Tanner.
Clean. Clean.
I know.
And there's a peel.
Boy.
Room in the air from Kennedy to the boys.
Yeah, they knew that one was coming.
A little reminiscent of the guys that cheer for the refs at hockey games that cheer up in the ref outfits.
Doesn't really have to play with any weight. Good throws. And if there's a go at the double peel, you're trying. If there's a go at the hit and
Long
roll,
guard
you're
being
trying.
replaced here by Jake Horgan.
Around the back of it.
A little bit early.
Not there to me.
Okay. Line's fine.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. And we're only tied, right? Like
Line's a hair tight.
It's going to be
don't
the
have to
tightest
stop
line
playing,
we've
that's
seen.
for sure.
Yep. You gotta go.
Gotta go to get this one over the hog line now.
Yep.
Okay, well, great speed.
Just enough. Boy, really getting those guards high on that line. Great job from the Horgan brothers.
Roll that on. What if you just peel it?
It did over
you might
curl
as
though,
well
so you
try
have
and roll
access
it
to
on
this
if we're gonna
back
do
one
that.
now, and that's
Yeah.
what Brad Jacobs is looking at.
11 and a half, Mark.
Sure.
Never
11
know,
and a
you
half.
might
We're losing.
find here.
Yeah.
We're losing
Forward weight,
speed,
try to
I
roll her
think.
in. Let's make sure we kill that
Your
other
tap was
11 and a half.
back 8 out of your hand at least. Then we got to bring down the whole way.
Wait, right.
And then yours, we had to work yours to get over too, which is. I know.
So this time playing the tight guard.
My guard, like make a nice
roll this on the paint if they can as well.
Curl. Curl. Curl all day.
Curl.
Long ways to curl to stay in the house. Should make contact with the rock.
Hard con, hard con, hard con, hard,
Just
hard,
tap
hard.
it right to back button.
Okay, Mark.
Sorry, Brad. Good sweep, guys.
Yep.
Looking like the blank is probably out of the picture now. Tap back attempt coming here for Jay Corrigan. A double peel over on sheet A. Crowd goes wild. Big cheer on that one.
Chicken out a little bit. Half a second less weight. It's
Easy. Whoa. Whoa.
Curl. Curl.
Curl. Whoa. Straight.
Curl. Curl.
Whoa. Curl.
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 Whoa. Whoa.
Not going to get to nose. A lot of weight. Taps that back too far.
Okay.
Well, the best shot is still ripping the double, but
Just curl the whole way.
make the double and stick.
A little bit of trouble here now for Team Epping.
Same weight.
Board. Huh?
Go ahead.
Board.
Board.
Board, wait.
Heavy.
I was probably 11 there, hey?
Probably, Mark, yeah.
Trying to hit about thick half.
Thick half's great.
Okay, got a couple of loops down here.
Clean.
The door open right now
Yep.
for Jacobs.
Clean.
Whoa, guys.
Clean,
Gotta
yep.
find a
Yep.
2.
Whoa, yep.
Yes.
Yes. Hard, Connor.
Have to go, not the jam.
Hard, Brad.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well, I think.
Good sweep, guys. Close. Pretty good.
Almost sat
Pretty
2.
good.
Could make the double back here for
That was like,
John. It's just a little scary to throw. If you ever hit it high, it's a disaster.
well, not if we're
I gotta get. Yeah, and then he just goes over
right
the
on the
top.
nose.
I think we just hit this double. Make the triple. Well, you make the double, you sit 2.
Yeah, just make the triple.
No
big deal.
problem.
Yeah, they're talking about that like, okay, we know the easy one is the triple, but is there something else that might be a little more challenging?
Well, and the triple's actually very hard.
Well, just make the triple instead.
Then I don't think the freeze looks too
John's talking about it like that, you know, I kind of expect him to make it too.
Yeah.
Curl.
John's not afraid to throw these, that's for sure.
Yeah. First one, I think I popped a little on the end. I was heavy. It's not really easy ice to trust. There's a fear of this going crazy.
Peels abound on sheet A right now for Team Dunstone. They're laughing, enjoying the moment.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Can Epping make the triple?
Curl.
This is on the wide side.
Oh, what a great
Almost.
try.
But sitting 2, the most important thing. Great shot there from John. Just an eyelash away from getting all 3.
He's drawing. I want to score. My first thought actually was this.
Yeah. That was beauty.
That's mission accomplished, Chelsea. Really
Yeah.
good setup, and don't see anything they can play on that top stone to clear both.
Now to get by that, it was good. Like a 10 shot. What if we rolled into our own?
You're probably not shot, but it's close. Just try to roll dead buried behind it.
Okay, right there. I'm gonna give you. I want to give you what you were giving me there, like 11.
11, yep.
High 10s. You like this one, Connor?
So looking for just the hit and roll underneath that red.
Just roll it behind
Sit
that
shot and
shot, right?
buried there.
I'm gonna try to give you like between 10 and 11.
Out turn, soft weight hit for Brad Jacobs, trying to roll underneath the number 2 counter.
Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Curl. Clean. Clean.
Clean, yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. 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 Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Good shot.
Pretty good. With the way that Port is staggered, rolling that direction makes that shot pretty much impossible. So now Epping forced to play the draw instead. Great shot.
I don't think you can make that shot through the Port. Your only option would be the run back, but if you miss the run back, you take out your own rock. So I think the draw is the only option here. Probably want to be frozen to it, just to be safe. Now that the game next door is up 6-1, the Bananas are having an absolute heyday with all the peels coming down.
Well, now the best part is there's a row of kids in the, like, leaning on the boards that have joined in. Matt Dunstone about 3 feet away from them, walking by and laughing to himself. Great scene down there.
Line's good. Won't curl. Line's good. Tanner's in. Let's get the weight right. Just curl if you can.
He has to hit the brakes now. Don't want to go too far.
Curl, curl, curl.
Settles just in time. Pretty good spot.
Same weight. I'll manage it
But
well
same shot there for Jacobs now, coming through the hole and trying to roll under that rock again.
Same weight.
Same weight, so that just like a hack or so through the hole.
11-5 will be good here, Mark.
I think basically if you get through the hole, you've made this.
Yeah, Brad's got a really good read on this line. Just made it. Could set up a possible 3-point end if Jacobs is able to get this roll. Epping won't have a lot of places he can throw his last that won't be able to get to it.
Clean, clean, straight. Yep, clean, yep. Straight, clean, clean.
Oh, lost track of it for a second there.
Very nice, Cupsy.
Brad doesn't get 3 in this game. He has to just throw 2. 3 would have been very difficult on that shot. We're getting to the end of a long week, folks. Great shot from Brad twice in a row. Does get his 2. Now leads 6-4 after 6 ends of play. Epping will have hammer in the 7th.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Great pair from Brad Jacobs on his last 2. Leading 6-4 now after 6 ends of play. Chelsea, we look at the numbers. 2-point lead, 2 ends to play. Very, very high percentage chance of winning now for Jacobs. For Epping, you're going to need to either get a 2 and a steal or a 3 to win this game.
Yeah, Team Jacobs' odds of winning went up dramatically with that. 2, it's not over yet, but they're in full control right now.
Epping's last, if that carries just another foot and it's touching that stone, it makes that shot a lot more difficult. Looked like maybe they could have tried to turn it over a little bit earlier in the shot, but got off of it.
Yeah, I think they were worried it was all there for weight, but that's even more reason to try to get it to finish a little bit more. If they got all the way to the nose of that, then Brad wouldn't have had anything for 2. So, I mean, still was a hard shot for the deuce, but you know he's going to be close and maybe had a chance to take it away if they'd swept that a little bit differently.
A little slower. More curl, too. Me too.
Top 4.
Yep.
Clean. Top 8, top 4. Clean.
Negevin now playing the
Clean.
Line only.
intern come around.
Okay, top 4, top 1. Ties rock. 14-6.
Full 4 here, full button.
Awesome. Good shot, Con.
Oh,
Very nice.
Good, Connor.
Right
Good
to
shot.
the top of the lid. Great placement there from Negevin.
Okay. Real good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Chelsea, the numbers say different things for different teams. Do you have a preference as a skip being tied up without or 2 down with the 5 rock free guard zone?
I think it depends a little bit on the ice conditions. The numbers for the women are also different than the numbers for the men. So tied without coming home for the women, you still have about a 10%-ish chance, 10 to 15, where for the men's it's less than 5, I think. So I think most of the women's players would be okay being tied without, but I think in the men's game you'd find almost no one who would rather that. They'd much rather be 2 down with than not.
That one skates deep to the back of the 4-foot, so quick decision to hit from Jacobs. Both teams plenty of time. Jacobs 8:15 and counting. Epping 9:36. Just our earlier game today for the women's quarterfinals. Brent Lang and I had Rachel Homan playing against
Weight's great.
Yoshimura.
Yep.
Weight's
And
good.
Clean. Weight's good.
we thought in that situation, especially with the pressure that was going to be on Yoshimura and Homan battling back in the game, we wanted to put it on one shot for her.
Yep.
And they'd only given up 2 points really to that point up until the 7th for Yoshimura. Maybe you're thinking we can defend. Maybe we'd rather have this 2-point lead. And I think for Homan it was definitely let's make her have to throw that last shot for the win. Had to draw the button, ended up getting deep. So I think for the men's side it might be a little bit different. I think you might feel like getting 3 is your better opportunity.
I agree.
For Epping, and they've had chances in this game. They've scored 2s. They've shown an ability to put up points.
Hard line.
Yeah, I think they definitely would take that, but I agree with, and especially to your point with Rachel being the #1 team in the world, when you're on a run like they're on, you're getting some breaks, and some teams are intimidated, to play you, and
Right.
that game was Team Yoshimura's to lose, and when you're in that situation, your collar tightens a bit, and you're thinking like, geez, like we let them come back, and now I got to make this to win the game, and did get that miss. But I think for Team Epping, if you ask them, they would tell you that they would much rather be 2 down with than tied without.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So Jacobs' goal is going to be to prevent that situation. And with all the stones in right now, blank is looking less and less likely. Another point to that, too, is if Brad Jacobs is sitting in the hack throwing his last shot to win the game, I feel like he's probably going to make it.
Yeah.
He's not going to be affected by this situation in the least bit.
No, there's with a team as experienced as Jacobs, and especially a skip as experienced as Brad, he loves those moments. That's
good tie.
Even if he came into the last end playing 40% for the game, I would still bet on him making that shot to win, because he's a big game player, he's a big shot player. You can't expect a miss out of him late.
Yeah, and if you give him 9 stones in an end like I was trying to do the previous end,
Yeah.
then he's got a really good chance of winning.
Yeah, he would never lose if you gave him 9.
Boy, that's a huge advantage.
Careful here. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Now trying to get around these guards, tap the red up. Just trying to set something up to be able to use these stones, because you're really playing for 3, Chelsea. You're not playing for 2.
Definitely.
Trying to get one top 8 there, Martin.
Yeah. Just wondering if a guard's the play, but
Throwing a guard? Where are we throwing the guard? Just like everything that's coming back is ours, so I don't mind the guard. Like, I guess my only thought was if you get another one in here.
yeah, right on the nose.
What's he doing?
He does have some work to do.
Still has work to do. We got another one in here.
Organ music got a curl in the
I'm
dance. All
erring
right.
here.
Maybe the chase.
We're in a hockey arena.
We have lots of time.
Connor thought maybe this, but
Well, I think doing something like that. You kick it.
You have to stick the
Huh?
Even if you don't move.
I think I like your freeze call on this one.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the first one running anything in.
I like that point from Brad.
I agree, yeah.
That's always the situation when these rocks are piling up, especially when you have a lead.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the one moving these around if you can make your opponent do it first.
And Team Epping is going to have no choice but to move things around if they want to score any points. So I like that point as well from Brad. You don't need to be the aggressor on moving those rocks. And by playing a freeze here, then when Team Epping inevitably does move those rocks, now Mark's shooter won't go anywhere if this is made properly. So I think this is the right call.
Hard tie.
Hard then. You gotta hold it too, I think, here.
Hard, Tyler.
Hard.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Keep going. Try to bounce it.
Keep going.
Whoa.
This is well short, though, for Mark.
Good sweep, guys. Sorry.
I can't decide who that hook is better for, honestly, at this moment.
They were talking about guarding anyways, and I don't think they were going to throw it to that spot with a guard, but...
Okay, I don't think it matters.
Yeah. Is that any good? Like half weight and try to steal them?
Yeah, he's got this runner in right now. Like I think if you put it here, it eliminates that runner still. Doesn't it? Maybe higher up. Like I'm eyeing up this angle.
Yeah.
Not the first time we've heard organ music at a slam this year, I believe.
He guards that angle run or like roll.
Nisku, we may have had
You
it.
won't be able to if you're here.
Yes, we did have it in Niskio. I remember that.
Or four red ones are gonna be in the house. Yeah, he's gonna play whatever. If you're in here, we're forcing him into this, aren't we? Or I mean, this just I don't know. That's just gonna come back in, and I think this is still helping us. This is still helping us. Yeah, I think got a bit of room in here.
Chelsea, ever like soft on the third yellow guard? You try to move those around and keep the shooter there?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
They're looking at playing the freeze again because they have 4 stones left, but eventually you're going to need to move those rocks.
Well, and I just am worried about those guards being so hooked. I don't know how you ever make a play. I understand what they're thinking, and if the guards were a little bit more spread out, or if they had one on the side or something, then I'd be all in. But I would be a little bit nervous about leaving this situation for very much longer.
We're either bailing and trying to make a run and get one of them, or we're just throwing a guard on the E.
Well, another freeze attempt here for Jake Horgan, lining these reds up.
Line's good.
Yep.
Yep, boy.
Yes.
Hard.
Hard. You gotta really go.
This one is now gone. The weight came off and
Okay.
sits up front for a guard.
Yeah, at least it's usable, so Team Jacobs is going to have to deal with that rock.
At least it's ours. What if you hit and rolled and hooked it even more?
Yeah.
Could just guard it too.
Yeah.
No,
but if you move that yellow just a touch, they may not have the short run in with the yellow either.
Right.
Like if you roll this, Mark, right into here.
Okay.
Throw 10.5.
Yeah, boys, I'm going to try to give you the right weight on one of these for once.
No one is harder on Mark than Mark.
We did hear Mark earlier in the week talking about a line on a run that Jacobs was playing, and Brad yelled about the line. Mark said, I know the line. I missed this shot 11 times already in this game.
He had missed it 3 times for the record.
They seem like 11 when it's that many.
Harder. Harder.
Got to go on this one.
Good try.
Yeah, good sweep to hold that line from Tardy.
Good sweep. Good sweep. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I was never missing that wide.
Yeah, that's true. Wide would have been a complete disaster.
If you missed it wide, Hebert might have been out of a job.
Yeah.
You can back that one up that much. Think he's probably safe on the squad still. Jake Horgan trying to lob one around once again.
Yep.
Wearing out these in-turn draws this side of the sheet.
Line's close. Whoa. Wait only. Close.
It's to curl and sit. Not bad.
You may have options at least now. That tight yellow guard is the one I keep looking at. That you may be able to use if you hit what you can see.
Yeah, it's always tough because that top red is going to spin away from the mess if you do that. But you could, I think, sit kind of second, third, and fourth with that. See this one come in. If it finished a little bit more, it would have been perfect. Curled another inch or two, but pretty good result there and put some pressure on Brad Jacobs now.
You know what? And then like our red and top one.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That could be entertaining.
You're there. Where are we? Line's a little tight. Whoa.
Rube.
Whoa. Line's good.
Rube.
Rube.
Yep. Rube.
Whoa, we got to play this tight. You're heavy. Curl. Curl, 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 curl,
Uh-oh.
curl, curl.
Bounce.
That's not bad, actually.
Oh, it
Not
didn't move
awful.
it far enough to be bad. Still not great, though. Yeah, you could.
Oh, I think, yeah, you could sit 3 here. Just drill the outside of that yellow. That
think it
red's
spins-
going right into the pocket of those two.
Has to spin up a little bit, but it might.
Well, we rolled
Still
far
don't mind
enough.
your this shot.
He has to hit it. So
Like run
thin
the
to
H.
move it.
Okay.
And then R8's open.
I think you got to drill the outside of that yellow, don't you?
Do you hammer this, like not hammer it, like soft,
Yeah.
over the top, so it hits that, and then this just spins.
That was
into
my
here,
first
you've got your
thought.
3 reds here.
Yeah, I mean, right
There you
there.
go.
Yeah.
I think it goes.
No, it's gonna grab this.
It
It's gonna
hits
grab
and
this.
stops.
It's hitting this. It's hitting this. I don't think so.
Hmm.
Yeah, and just let it play it, I guess.
I think you do.
Yeah. And there's run. Yep.
I just won't have energy. I won't do anything with this. I've got to.
This will go really far. It'll
not
far enough. That is.
I think it's going far enough. John doesn't seem to think he's going
Yeah.
to get enough action on it. Man, it looks like it goes easy.
I think so too.
I gotta win.
Man.
Yeah. Time out, please.
It only has to move a foot to
Yeah.
get out of the forefoot.
Right. I mean, look at that angle. How is that ever going anywhere but right into both of those yellows?
I don't think it goes into the top one. I think it goes into the back one for sure. They don't want it to go into the top one though, because they're talking about not wanting to move that out of there yet. If they just
So you
sit
think
in
it's
there, then you
hammering
got to
this
run
sideways. This
on
is
your
gonna
last one
go-
for 3
this-
potentially.
Even if this shoots a bit, I guess it's okay, because then this is just going into it if he plays it.
Main thing is we want to get rid of this.
Okay. 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 Okay.
The Jeopardy music now.
Okay. It's gonna, yeah, barely touch it. Okay.
Right, like a quarter off.
Yeah.
They are going to try it, so we're going to find out.
A little less.
One of the yellows maybe coming back. Try to plant one there.
Heard John say quarter rock, so really thin on the outside. I think a third is still pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're fine with the third.
Well, I'm not sure if it makes this good with the 4 squirts enough.
You see that?
Make the double. And then it doesn't jam.
Epping trying to slash this as thin as possible.
Yep, yep! Hard! Hard!
too. Just over curled a touch.
Yeah, so it didn't move the back one as far as they wanted. They hit it a little thinner. I think it would have been okay, but as it stands, it leaves that yellow stone at the back of the forefoot is probably going to be your problem here.
I think they're sitting 3 if you hit this just a hair thinner, because they hit more than a third.
Yeah, they had a not quite half, but a thick third.
He's 2.
Mark believes it's 2 already.
Hole, aren't you?
Yeah, I agree, but
like this, if he throws it hard enough, is probably for 3. Take that away. I don't see a lot else for 3.
You could run the guard and make the double 2, but you can take both of those away by putting this in the right spot.
It's coming back if you're on the 8. It's coming back.
I just feel like that's for 4, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that is for 4.
I was going to say you could play that soft and just move him out of the forefoot for 4.
Yeah, let him play the yellow back. Well, I know, but it's only for 3. The corner's for 4.
Right here.
Big difference. Right here?
Can I draw the button? Yeah, where do we want to be, Mark? Like there. It's really pretty well on the A there.
Yeah.
Right here.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
that
right
takes
on
both away.
Right on the A and AMJ. Even a little deeper than that wouldn't hurt you.
Well, not the yellow.
I mean, he could easily plant the yellow and get 1.
Yeah, you bet. Little less. Less. Yeah.
Really important depth on this guard. Try to take away both shots.
I think you're heavy. Maybe a little heavy.
Line's good. Line's good. Clean. Clean it, guys.
Just on the backside of the A and the AMJ.
Curl.
I think.
Maybe a hair past it.
Whoa, whoa. You can make this real good. Curl. Curl.
Curl. Curl.
Good spot, Brett. Good sweep, guys.
I think that's good enough.
John thinking maybe he can walk this sideways for 3.
Good shot. Good shot. Oh, that's.
Has to be essentially the back quarter of the button that you're throwing
This
to.
will run really good out here, I think.
Yeah, this looks really hard to me, but it's risk-free. Anything that any run that you play, you could end up with only 1. Right now, you're already 2. So, as much as you don't really want to be tied, you really don't want to be 1 down without. So, I think this is there's some merit to this, given that it is risk-free.
Last shot, 7th end. John Epping trying to walk this sideways.
Line's the hair tight. No,
Maybe just touch the side of the button for a 3rd point. So they do believe they're 2 right now.
Whoa! Always in.
That's just going to be a little bit heavy. Taking an extra look to make sure, but Kennedy agrees it is 2, so we will be all tied up, 6-6 going to the 8th end. Jacobs has hammer. We'll be back.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushue, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
All knotted at 6 on to the 8th and very likely final end of this quarterfinal matchup. Brad Jacobs has the hammer. We are again at the AMJ Players Championship. Downtown Toronto, Academy Athletic Center. Tyler George with Chelsea Carey. Chelsea, we both think if Epping just thins his first a little bit more, they may have been sitting 3 and put the pressure on Jacobs to make something with a run in, but
Easy.
As it stands, they just get the 2 in situation we talked about now. Tied up without hammer. Percentage chances, not great for Team Epping.
No, definitely not, but couldn't really afford to take a lot of risk on that last one. There didn't look like a great option for 3 that didn't have some risk to it. So tried the draw, just a little heavy and didn't get over there, but not the ideal situation. But we have seen the ice be a little bit tricky, and just got to make 8 shots here and hope you get a little bit of cooperation from Team Jacobs.
Okay, T-line.
Max line.
T-line.
Good though. Max line.
That first guard for Team Epping is kind of a tweener too.
Yeah.
It makes it tough to place the second one.
Yeah, it needed to be a little longer than that so that there's more room to come around it. Even if you make it around that guard and stay tight, it likely is going to leave a bit of an angle for a double peel potential. The Bananas will love it, but Team Epping won't.
Yeah. Bananas will. What do you think they'll do, Chelsea? What are they going to go?
They're going to go nuts. Go Bananas.
Crazy?
Crazy.
Yes, Bananas. That's the correct answer.
Easy early.
It's a really important placement here from Ian McMillan. Need to get this as close to the house as you can on the center line without being
Need
in.
to see curl. Need to see big curl here. Need to see big curl. Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, whoa.
Very close to the paint right now.
Okay.
And they need to curl it for line, but they're afraid to because they don't want to drag it in. Ooh.
Oh, man, that's a great judge if that's off the paint.
I think it is.
Couldn't really do much more than they did with it.
Really well managed by the Horgan brothers on that
That's
one.
tough. Not an inch to spare.
You got a little light.
Clean.
Yeah.
Connor Negevin with that all-important second shot here from the lead position. Try to
Top 12.
get good position underneath the guards.
Yeah, line's good.
Wait, close.
Line's good.
Yours.
Curl.
Yours.
Curl.
Yours.
15-4.
Hard
Curl
tie.
distance. Curl distance. Curl
Come on,
distance.
Ty. Come on, Ty. Get in there. Great sweep, Paul. Great sweep.
Great sweep. Attaboy, Con.
Nice car.
Top
Good
of the
spot,
8
buddy.
foot, not bad.
Real good.
Try and go around
Lots
back
of room to
button.
tap. Lots of room to tap that.
Very
too.
attractive.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Hey,
Back 12.
Very attractive.
you're
I
raising
like it.
down there 2 feet to
I don't know if he's talking about the shot or some look that Tyler had going. I kind of want to steal that for a good curling shot.
I like
or
it a
for how the
lot.
house looks.
Yeah.
That's very attractive.
Really hard.
Or like a double that looks juicy.
Yeah.
Very attractive.
Yeah, that too. A lot of ways you could use that.
Whoa. Yep.
This is why we need a mic on Mark Kennedy at all times. Nice touch there.
shot. Good.
Moves those yellows around.
I'm sitting 2.
You ever like trying that into here? 3/4 is close.
Tardy trying to play
Clean, yep.
the run in on this high guard
Hard.
to the red in the top of the 8. Sticks it in, but not bad.
Oh, does he ever? Just the gunslinger, man.
I guess up here is pretty good.
Mark talking about how hard Tyler Tardy throws the rock.
We're going level with the yellow?
There's no fear. Nice for being young. You don't have enough battle scars.
Tanner Horgan trying to get another guard up. Want to line it up in front of the tight red guard.
Okay. Whoa. Still.
Just needs to hit the brakes now.
Good.
It does line up to slash and have it go through the hole. Yeah, they're looking at it.
Yeah, I think
I like that.
you're going to see them try it.
Is it an intern? What turn?
Yeah, the shot shape is just perfect to play this through the hole in the house. Big shot here. Tyler Tardy.
Shooter, shooter, shooter. Good.
Just goes by, but safe.
Shot. Good throw, Ty. Close, man. No, God, no.
Another guard to be thrown here from Jake Horgan, trying to make Jacobs waste as many as they can before they make a play into the house. So else, all things being equal here, if it is just single peels that are made, are you thinking skips first?
Oh, looks like really. Oh, looks like
Yeah, probably.
Really hold. Whoa. Right.
I don't know that Brad Jacobs will ever switch gears and throw a draw, so you could wait till your last one, but it's a little riskier.
I'm always in favor of waiting as long as possible.
Yes. If you think he's still going to peel, which I tend to think he will, then I think I would wait, but you're gambling on him not surprising you and throwing a draw.
If anything, I think you're still trying that one.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine with that.
See if Kennedy can get any moving besides the high one.
Good mark.
Yep, just the single peel.
And the bananas go wild.
2-3 feet more. Sorry. What is his actual play? It's probably.
Mark asking too, if you do wait until
I think it's the center line one. I think
last, or if you go on skips first, where are you going? Like, what is the play? Because it's kind of a strange situation with how the angles are set up.
Yeah, it's set up a bit weird, so I don't know, because
You're okay. You're okay.
the wide out turn draw doesn't really work because the yellow rock is in the way, that top 4-foot stone, but the in turn you'd have to go way wide, and it's like it's not even that easy to get shot. And even if you got shot, I think probably the play is to go deep in the 4-foot, so you're almost, not quite, almost frozen to the back one, and then hope you get a miss and then put another one in.
Jacobs calls timeout. Talk about this one.
How's the slash double looking, the reds, this one? It's a really good situation if those reds are gone, even if it gets the back one.
Which one's
the tight one?
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends if he makes the contact.
Even if I just make it through the hole.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I just,
yeah, good guards. Yeah, really impressive.
What?
It's like
if you, hold on, just hear me out. What if you just peeled that top red or tried this double peel? Like, which two? I'm just not sure where that's going. It's, yeah. It'd be pretty unlucky to dead jam it, right? Because if we dead jam it, I guess he's probably throwing a tight guard. Yeah.
You just have no out turn access right now. You want to get rid of this yellow, don't you?
Well, we have, yeah, exactly. Like, we don't have the out turn right now.
Just make that double peel.
Yeah,
but I think you make it the thin way with my shooter.
Yeah.
Like, is it an in-turn thin?
Yeah. I'm almost thinking that this double here helps him more than if we make that double. Try that, Mark. Ding, ding.
Grab my rock there, Ty. Let's try to hit this thin. Yep.
He's having another go at what Tardy tried earlier in the end. Playing the high red.
It's thin. Still thin.
And trying to open up the outturn side. Here, Jacobs talking about how thin this is.
Where are we?
Love to move that guard so that all things play forward as it's looking like they have that draw path. Just a little bit too thick.
Team Jacobs disappointed, the bananas not disappointed.
A little thinner, and we're like into here as well.
That's not awful. He's going to play right on top, so I think you actually you're perfect fit in his top.
Like they're going to go with the tap here.
Back 12.
I thought my intern 2 ends ago tracked pretty good.
Yep.
Hair high, get this right frozen on the back.
Yeah, so I was thinking draw there. They're thinking tap is easier way to get there, but the same result.
Yeah, just playing that rock in the top of the 12-foot, the long tap.
Stay here more, Jake.
That's why not moving that guard was such a big result. Jacobs can't use that stone in the top of the 8-foot to slash in. So Epping playing the intern tap.
Close. Whoa, close. Yep. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Whoa. Close.
Just
Curl.
wants to be
Curl.
a hair high of
Curl.
nose.
Whoa. Straight.
Right to the lid. Great stuff from Epping.
Yeah, didn't tap it quite as far as they wanted to. I think if Brad Jacobs decides to, he could come through the hole and pick that. But then would leave John Epping the same shot, probably.
Or firm, whatever your weight is to nose it.
Right there with firm. Instead of kind of bounce dead on.
Firm. Nobody really keep that. Firm, dead nose. Yep.
Trying to play firm through the hole.
Run. Yeah. Well, with that weight of
Jacobs first here in the 8th.
Clean. Curl. Clean. Curl. Clean. Straight. Yep. Curl. Yep. Curl.
And does come right through, sits 2. Great stuff again from Jacobs.
Sorry, pal.
Got it far enough, but you could, if you decided to, just make this nose run double and sit 3 in there.
Yeah, either one. The nose is takes away more of the draw path.
What about a whisker high?
Yeah, I think I'd like to leave that wider red there just because it blocks that intern draw.
And then I'll spin this way and I'll be a whisker high.
Shooter's probably.
What about a whisker high? Or even a.
You can do that too. You can just. Wow.
Just going to open up this whole side. And it's only going to be top 8.
How low can you get on this?
Not low.
So
we have one more time out. One more time
He's
out.
got to play this little guard.
Anybody think with hack?
He's got to play the hair high.
You can get right
just
under.
roll it right there.
Well,
and jam it.
Second timeout called by Epping.
You might either have the intern pick.
It's going to be tough. Because
a lot of the times it's a similar shot.
I like it.
No.
We should have this. And I don't know.
Can we get shot with a draw?
Well, he's got to make it with like board and keep it there.
We don't hit it a million. Like, do we play this? Hair high.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's really good. Peel?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best result.
But it's
for
a
sure.
firm, so
It's
I
the
don't
best
whisker
result.
through the hole.
Yeah, that's the best result.
Probably the best result. Let's go for it.
Take our time out.
Oh, yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
So are playing the straight back. Trying to move both these yellows. Get shot. Be a tough path in for Jacobs if this is made.
Contact with the right yellow, like it's yeah. He said too.
Jacobs saying, Epping saying wants to play firm, so there's no chance of it going between the two, touching both.
Whoa!
So Epping playing the run in, needs to make this to extend the game.
Curl!
Has to get up a little.
Close.
Oh, and it does squirt through, just what he was worried about, but he is shot rock.
Timeout.
So unlucky.
Oh, that's too bad. That was so close to perfect. Any more curl or any less curl, and I think you're okay.
Yeah, he made it almost too good.
Yeah, I just hit it in the exact wrong spot. Oh, that hurts.
You bump that a
Really
little
tough
if you want
break
to.
for John.
Yeah, that's pretty unlucky.
My only issue with the draw.
I don't like it.
Is we haven't thrown.
No, you're bumping that, or you're just bumping this with hack.
I think this is the shot mark.
The hack waiter looks pretty makeable.
Yeah, I think that would be my preference as well.
Just have to touch the stone, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a good intern here, and the speed should be good.
The draw doesn't look as objectionable to me as it does to them, but I still think this would be my choice of the two.
If you're drawing, you're coming wide around, not through the hole.
Well, you could go through the hole. It's a pretty big hole. But I think where you run into trouble with that is that we have seen the slide path be a little bit slower as we get late in games, so that's a little bit dicey. But I like this call. I think this is the easiest of the shots.
Back 12. Like that ice kick. As long as we nail the weight.
So talking back 12, just a heavy draw even for Jacobs. Only has to move that stone a couple inches. Final rock, 8th end.
Clean! Clean! Just clean! Whoa! Clean! Yep! Hard time! Hard, right to it!
Right to it!
Right to it, right to it,
Should
right
be
to
by
it!
the guard.
Keep going, keep going. Can't hurt it, can't hurt it, can't hurt it. Great sweep, though. Great sweep.
Perfectly done from Jacobs. Puts up 2 for good measure. And that will be our final. Brad Jacobs 8, John Epping 6. Jacobs moves on to the semifinal round.
Good game. 2.
Chelsea back and forth game, a lot of fun. And really just came down a couple inches, as tends to happen, but getting hammered coming home. That's all Jacobs needed. He does make the last shot for the win. The semifinals will be tonight. 7:30, we will have coverage of all 4 games on the Home Team Network and off the Grand Slam of Curling app. We'll see you again shortly. For Tyler George, Chelsea Carey, the Grand Slam of Curling, and the Home Team Network. Thanks for watching. We will see you again 7:30 Eastern tonight.
On sale at the Rock Shop. You can pick yours up for $20. Grand Slam of Karaoke. Go!
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!